All right, welcome. So we are so excited to be back again offering these PD-focused classes in yoga therapy. And as part of this series that we're able to do with thanks to the Parkinson's Foundation, right? So they've gave us this wonderful grant that allows us to offer these programs on a weekly basis. And each week they're going to be a different topic. And so today our focus is really thinking about breath work for respiratory health and speech disorders. And so we're going to just start really briefly, just kind of going over a couple of different pieces as to why that's important. The idea behind doing a yoga therapy protocol for breath work, for respiratory health, is really to think about the connection between our nervous system and the way that we move and the way that we breathe. And so part of what we're going to be doing in our class today is starting to develop awareness of the lower limbs of the body and how they actually are connected to our breathing. So we're going to be thinking about our feet. We're going to be thinking about our legs. We're going to be thinking about the pelvis. We're thinking about our abdomen and all of these parts of the body. We don't always associate them with breathing, but they're actually very much connected to the way that we breathe. If there are, imbalances in the feet, rigidity in the legs, the body tends to compensate and come out of miscoordination, which then can affect the pelvic floor. And the pelvic floor is very much connected to our respiratory processes. So you have two parts of the body that are really doing the main respiratory breathing, and that is your diaphragm, which is right about here. So at the bottom of the rib cage, and then your pelvic floor, which is down here. And the pelvic floor holds everything in, and then the diaphragm also holds everything in from above, and they move in sync. And if there's any kind of muscle spasms, tension in the lower legs, we might only be able to move the upper part of the body. If there's spasms in the upper part of the body, rounding in the chest, tightness at the rib cage, we can't expand the rib cage, then we might only be able to move down here. And so that really limits our breathing. We want everything to move freely. And so if we're going to focus on creating that healthy, balanced movement, we want to think about the program of systems in the body expanding and contracting, and we want to do it from our toes all the way up to our nose. And so we're going to start with the feet, opening up the feet today, working through the legs, working through the lower limbs. We're going to start to move around in the pelvic girdle. And we're then going to start to do a little bit of deeper breath work, moving into expanding and contracting the abdomen. So we're going to be going through all of those different pieces bit by bit. And we'll also be doing a little bit of chanting and sound work. Anytime we're doing chanting, we're changing the muscles in the face, because when we say different words, we have to make different shapes with our lips, with the jaw, with the placement of the tongue. And all of these things can be impacted by Parkinson's. The rigidity in these facial muscles then can also impact our ability to speak, vocalize, communicate, and that can impact our lives in a number of different ways. And so we want to keep that pathway for communication and connection open and as full as long as possible. And of course, breathing is an essential part of being able to vocalize, not just live, but also to vocalize and communicate. And so all of these pieces are connected. And we're going to start first with the chanting part. So at Om Hum Shala, we love to chant with the Om. And the Om is a really beautiful therapeutic tool because it actually requires us to touch into all the different places in the palate. And it wakes up the body from deep in the belly all the way up, resonating into the chest, into the throat, and then all the way up into the head. So it is a holistic, full body experience of vibration and requires all of the body to be working in symphony to make these sounds. So we're going to do them in three parts, because there's really three parts to the Om. There's the ah sound, there's the oo sound, and then there's the sound. So we're going to do each of them one at a time, and then we're going to roll them all together. So I'm going to invite you first to just come into whatever is your most comfortable seat. Sit with your feet flat on the floor. Let your hands come to rest on your knees, on your thighs. And just becoming aware of your feet touching the ground, your hands resting, your shoulders relaxing down. And then I'm going to invite you to become aware of yourself breathing. Maybe breathe in through the nose, out through the nose, or out through the mouth. Breathing in and breathing out. Then we're going to make the first sound, the ah sound. So as we make the ah sound, you're going to begin first by breathing in really big and deep and full, expanding your body with breath. Open your mouth as wide as you can. Maybe tip the head back a little bit. Ah. Very good. We'll do that a couple of times. Deep breath in. Ah. And once more, deep breath in. Ah. Very good. And move on to the next shape. And you're going to make your mouth a little bit more circular, purse your lips a little bit, and make a ooh sound. So the mouth is half closed, and you're trying to feel more sensation in the back of the throat, trying to feel that vibration. Deep breath in. You might even draw your chin in a little bit. Ooh. Deep breath in. Ooh. And one more time. Deep breath in. Ooh. Very good. And then you're just going to let your neck relax a little, shoulders relax a little, your body can be soft. And we're going to bring our attention mostly into the face, around the nose and eyes. And we're going to close the mouth all the way. You can curl your lips inside under your teeth. And you're going to hum. Hum. So you relax the face. Deep breath in. Hum. One more time. Deep breath in. Hum. Very good. And then we're going to flow all three sounds together. As you begin with the ah sound, you might do that tipping of the head back. You might feel that vibration reaching all the way down into the body. And as you finish with the ah sound, you'll begin to close the mouth, purse the lips a little, ooh, and then closing the mouth all the way, maybe bringing the lips inside, maybe bringing the tongue to the roof of the mouth. One each into the other. We'll do it 3 times together. Deep breath in. Ah. Breathing in. Ah. And one final time, deep breath in. Ah. In a moment more just to feel the effect of the Om on the body. Just noticing if you feel any changes in sensation, changes in the rhythm of your breath, temperature of your body, or anything else. And take a moment and look around the room and just anchor yourself into this space. See if as you look around, if you can find 2 things in the room that are the color red. Si hay algo, cosa en el cuarto que es el color rojo. Busca alrededor. And then after you look around the room, just coming back to center. Good. All right, we're going to begin to start working into the lower limbs. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot back of my chair a little bit, and I'm going to reposition my chair. You can stay where you are, but I'm just going to reposition so you can see my feet a little bit. And we're going to begin just with some simple toe tapping. So just picking up the toes and tapping the toes. Take a deep breath in. Completely exhale. Deep breath in. And then let the toes rest, and you'll begin to lift the heels. So we'll do the opposite, lifting the heels up, keeping the toes on the ground. Notice the movement all the way up the legs. Notice the movement in the hips. Notice any movement near the tailbone. Notice any movement between the 2 front hip bones. Good. And then we'll do a little leg lift. So stretch one leg up, flex the toes, and then set the foot down. And you'll do the same thing the other side. Lift the leg up, flex those toes, and then set the foot down. Good, just going back and forth a couple of times, stretching. Feel what muscles activate. Notice if you feel any muscles in your belly. becoming aware of everything that is being activated by lifting of the legs. Breathing in as you lift up. Exhale and relax down. Breathing in and out. In and out. Couple more like that. Very good. And then from here, if you have it handy, if you have a ball or if you have any kind of stick that you can roll under your feet, you can also use a towel. You could roll up and wad up a little bit. We just want something that we can put underneath the foot if you can. And we're going to roll this underneath the foot a couple of times. So we'll start with bringing the ball onto the floor. And then you'll put your foot on top of the ball, and you're going to roll the foot on the ball. And you could do a little scribbling if you want, side to side. Your ball starts rolling all over the place, that's okay. Just try to catch it. What we're trying to do is open up the bottoms of the feet. So you're giving the bottom of your foot like a little massage. When the bottoms of the feet get really rigid and stiff, they get dehydrated and then they get more stiff. If there's spasm, they get stuck. So we were just trying to open up the bottoms of the feet a little bit. You take your time with it. Very good. Into the other foot. So do one foot for a little bit, switch, make sure to switch. And if you notice a place is a little uncomfortable, if it feels a little tender, you can be soft there. If it feels good to push down, add extra pressure, you can do that. Maybe even hold in one spot for a moment. And then when you feel like you've gotten a really good massage on both feet, you can just roll the ball away. Don't worry about picking it up. We can get it later. And then we'll just do some circles with the ankles. So we massage through the bottom of the feet. We're going to do some circles with the ankles. You'll pick up one foot. We've already been picking up the legs up and down, so should be primed and ready to pick up the foot, roll the foot around, change directions. And then let that foot come down to rest. You'll do the same thing, other side. Pick up that foot, make some circles. And again, notice the muscles all the way up the leg. Notice any muscles in the belly that you feel wake up, even if it's subtle. Go ahead and change directions. Good. And then maybe pick up both feet at the same time, flex the toes back, reach out through the feet, maybe reach the hands up. And stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Let your feet come on down to the ground, letting the feet come to rest. And then we'll begin to come up a little higher in the body. So we've got our legs a little bit warmed up. We got our feet warmed up. Now let's start to warm up the spine a little bit. So we're gonna do extension and flexion with cat-cow. So I'm gonna turn a little bit sideways so you can see, letting the hands come rest on the legs. Big breath in, we're gonna lift the heart up, maybe tip the head back, looking up and back, big breath in. And then as you exhale, go ahead and round the back, lean back, chin can come into the chest. Good, breathing in to lift up. Exhale to round. Breathing in to look up. Exhale to round. Very good. Breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Stay with that a little bit. And the next couple of them, try to lead with your belly button. So as you breathe in, the belly button comes forward. As you breathe out, the belly button pulls back in toward the spine. Breathing in, the belly button comes forward. Breathing out, the belly button leans back, pulls back. 3 more. Very good. Coming back to a neutral spine. We'll go ahead and set up for a little bit of a spinal twist here. So I like to warm up my spinal twist. So rather than just coming into a deep twist and holding, we're going to just start with one arm. Reach that arm back into the space behind you as an open twist. Take a breath in. Feel that stretching all the way across the front of the body, reaching back into the space behind you. And then as you exhale, you're going to reach away and to the opposite upper corner of the room. Good. Breathing in to open up. Reaching back, looking back. Exhaling, reaching up and away. Inhale to open. Exhale to twist. Inhale to open. Exhale to twist. And keep going. Maybe do 4 or 5 more. Move with your breath. Very good. And then coming back to neutral spine, let that arm come down to rest. You might even give it a little shake out. Wiggle those hands. Pick up the shoulder and then drop it a couple of times. Very good. And then we'll do the same thing, other arm. Reaching back into the space behind you, stretch back, reach back, look back. And then exhaling, reaching up and away. Inhaling to open. Exhaling to twist. Inhaling to open. Exhaling to twist. Keep that going. Move with your breath. And then coming back to center, resting that arm down. If you want to shake that arm out, you can shake that arm out too. Maybe pick up the shoulder, give it a squeeze, and drop it down. Pick it up, squeeze, and drop it down. Pick it up, squeeze, and drop it down. Very good. We're going to come into a longer hold. So we're going to twist and we're going to pause. So reach your right hand up, big breath in. Exhale, bring your right hand to your left knee. Inhale, left hand up, reach up, look up. And then exhale, reach that left hand back behind you, finding something to hold on to, maybe the back of the chair, the seat of the chair. Let your shoulders relax down the back, sit up nice and tall, looking over your left shoulder. And we're going to pause here and just become aware of the breath. 5 rounds of breath. One more breath in. And then exhaling, untwisting, coming back into center. If you'd like, you can press both hands in together in front of the body. Just becoming aware of returning to a neutral forward-facing position, untwisting in the spine. Deep breath in. Easy breath out. Deep breath in. Easy breath out. And then letting the hands release. Repeat this on the other side. Left hand reaches high, breathing in. Exhaling, left hand to right knee. Inhale, right hand high, stretching up, looking up. Exhaling, reaching that right hand behind you, maybe for the top of the chair, the side of the chair, the bottom of the chair. Some place where you can hold on, let the shoulders relax down. Sitting up nice and tall. Looking over your right shoulder. Coming back into the breath. 5 rounds of breath. One more breath in. Exhaling, return back to center, untwisting. Both hands can come back into pressing together in front of the body. Deep breath in. Easy breath out. Deep breath in. Easy breath out. And then letting the hands relax down. Very good. From here, we're going to start moving into a little bit more focus on where we're feeling movement of the breath. So if you'd like to take one hand down to your belly, and you can bring one hand up to the center of your chest. Take a breath in. I want you to notice where you feel the movement happening in the body. Can you feel movement in the belly? Do you feel movement in the chest? Take 3 breaths like this. Very good. And then we're going to focus just on the breathing that's happening down here. So to do this, the first thing we're going to do is focus on breathing out and pulling that belly button into the spine. So take a regular breath in, and then completely exhale out through the mouth, pulling that belly button into the spine. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. Hold the breath out for just a moment. And then relax, breathe in, let the belly relax. Exhale, pulling the belly button in. Holding the breath out. Relaxing, let the belly expand. Breathing in. Exhale, pull the belly button in. Relaxing, breathing in. Exhaling, belly button pulls in. Relaxing, allowing the belly to stretch open. Breathing in. Repeat this for about 5 more rounds of breath. You can let the breath be soft, but just really try to feel that movement of the belly in and out. Very good. I'm going to expand upon this belly breathing into a 2-part breath. So we're going to think about breathing down here, and then we're going to think about breathing again up here. So we're going to take 2 breaths in. First, we're going to breathe in here. We're going to let that belly expand, fill that up first. And when we feel like that's stretched out, then we're going to try to lift our hearts, breathe in a little bit bigger into the upper part of the chest. Then we'll just relax, let the breath come out of the body, pull the belly button in and squeeze the breath out just like we did before. We'll repeat this a few times. Let's start with one regular breath in. Completely exhale, squeeze that belly button into the spine. Relax, let that belly stretch open, the belly breathes in. And then breathing in bigger into the heart. Big exhale out through the mouth. Squeezing that belly button into the spine. Relax, the belly breathes in. Breathing big into the chest. Exhale, squeeze it all out. Belly breathes in. Heart fills up. Exhale, squeeze it all out. Belly relaxes, belly breathes in. Breathing big into the heart. Exhale, squeeze it all out. 3 more on your own. If you'd like, you can close your eyes if they're not already closed. And then letting your hands come down to rest on the legs. And go ahead and do a quick little tense and releasing through the body. Go ahead and squeeze your toes. Hold them squeezed for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wiggle the toes and release. Stretch your right foot out. Flex those toes. Reach through the heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the right leg down. Left leg extends, stretching out. Flex those toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the leg down. Deep breath into the belly. Big breath into the heart. Exhale, let it go. Lifting up the hands, closing the fingers over the thumbs, squeezing the arms, picking up the shoulders, squeezing the shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Deep breath into the belly. Big into the heart. Exhale, let it go. Scrunching up the face, squeezing all the muscles in the face, holding the muscles strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Opening, relaxing, maybe blinking the eyes. And then opening as wide as you can, opening the mouth, opening the eyes, sticking out the tongue. And then relax. Go ahead and give your face a little rub. Maybe give your forehead a little rub. Dust your shoulders off. Your arms. Chest. Slide down the belly. We'll give a little tap to the abdomen, making some fists. And we're going to make the ah sound again. Ah. We'll make the ooh sound. Ooh. And then the sound. Dust off the legs. Maybe pick up one knee and dust off the lower limbs. Maybe picking up the foot, dusting off the bottom of the foot. We'll do the other side. And then letting the feet come down to rest. Sitting up nice and tall. Very good. We'll work with a mudra today. Chin mudra. Sometimes it's called yan mudra. And we're going to bring the index finger to thumb. So we're making just a little circle here with the hand. And you can do this with one or both hands. Now, when you're using mudras, sometimes we use this mudra almost like a dancing mudra. So we'll touch it and then we'll move it to the next fingers. We'll do that a couple of times. Just noticing the thumb touching to each of the fingers. So as we do this, we're just waking up the sensory awareness in the fingertips, the way that we search out and connect and observe the world, our information gathering and manipulation tools, manipulation of energies. Very good. And then letting it just come index finger to thumb. You can let your hands come down to rest on the legs, keeping that index finger and thumb there. And go ahead and look over your right shoulder. Look as far as you can out through the corners of your right eyes. And then look over the other shoulder, out the left corners of the eyes. And then back to center. Tipping the right ear down toward the right shoulder, looking up through the left corners of the eyes. And then tipping the left ear down toward the left shoulder, looking up through the right corners of the eyes. And then back to center. Looking up between the eyebrows, head faces center, trying to look right at the center of the forehead. And then trying to look to the tip of the nose. and then down to the belly button. And then blink the eyes back to center. Very good. Bringing your awareness back to the belly, keeping your mudra. Feet pressing down onto the floor. You can close your eyes. Breathing into the belly, into the heart. Exhale, let it go. Breathing into your feet, into your ankles, your knees, your hips, your back. Let the breath go. Breathing in all the way to the bottom of the feet. Rising up into the heart, into the shoulders, between the shoulder blades, the rib cage, the side ribs, to the hands. Let it go. Breathing in, breathing upwards, breathing downwards, breathing backwards, frontwards, sideways. Exhale into center. Breathing in, breathing upwards, downwards, sideways, forwards, backwards, filling all the way up. Exhaling into center. One more time, deep breath in, expanding from your toes all the way up through the crown of the head. Hold the breath in. Let the breath go. Just become aware of your mudra for a moment and just the sensation of your body sitting in the chair. You don't have to control the breath, just watch the breath. You're ready, you can begin to open the eyes. You can release your mudra, maybe open and close the hands a few times. Maybe beginning to stretch a little bit, as find a little bit of movement, any stretching that feels good in your body. Become aware of the physical body. And then becoming aware once more of the room around you, looking around the room. This time looking for any two objects that are the color green. Any two objects the color green. And then coming back to yourself, noticing if you could describe in one word or one short phrase how you feel in this moment, just noticing how you feel right now. And if that changed at all since the beginning of our practice today. We'll close our practice today with one more Om. You can bring your hands together if you like, or let the hands rest on the body, or do your chin mudra. Deep breath in. Om. Namaste.
Thank you. Excellent.